Hey everybody, it's Pete Jensen with Keller Williams Realty. Here at the Keller team, one of the things that we really try to do is make a seamless transaction. For our sellers and our buyers, one of the things that really helps in a transaction is if we can do a pre-home inspection. So today I'm here with Kerry, and he's with All American Inspection Company. And our goal today is just to have a little talk about what a pre-inspection is and what can that do for our sellers and buyers.
That's right. So a pre-listing and home inspection is no different than a typical inspection that we do for our buyers. So typically, we are hired by the buyers to do an inspection on a home before they purchase the property. So the whole reason behind that is to give them a real good idea of the condition of the house before they go to closing. So they've already made their offer, and now they want to know exactly what they're getting into as far as the condition of the house. And that's where we come in as home inspectors. So we're there to evaluate everything from, I like to say, the foundation to the roof and everything in between. So that's what a pre-listing inspection is. Simply, we're working for the sellers instead of working for the buyers in this case. So the seller wants to know, hey, what is the condition of my home before I put it on the market? And so that's what we do, is we go in and do that inspection, no different than we would for a buyer, and say, all right, here it is. And we do a walkthrough with them and say, here are the items that we've noted in your home. So whether you have an issue with the foundation or the roof, or you have a perfect house, which we don't often run across, but we just want to give them an accurate evaluation of their home so they know how to price their home accordingly.
So is there any other reason why a buyer might like to see a pre-home inspection?
Yeah, so from a buyer's perspective, it's awesome. It's just a great way for them to make an educated offer before they go under contract. They're able to take a look at the home inspection report, and say, okay, so we know that the roof is good, we know the foundation is good, the windows are old. This is a 1950s home, and it has the old wood frame single pane windows, so we know at some point we're going to have to update windows. And then they can make an educated offer based off of what they see in that home inspection report. So there's a ton of advantages from both a seller's perspective and a buyer's perspective. They both get to know the condition of the home, right? From the seller's side, they're like, okay. Now, and sometimes they don't know. Sellers just don't know what may be hidden up in their attics. They're like, oh, yeah, I only have 3 inches of insulation in my attic. That's really good to know. Mm-hmm. And then at that point, they have an option to correct it, 1, or 2, say, totally got it. It's a 1950s home. It has 3 inches of insulation, and we don't plan on adding any more insulation. And so then they price their home accordingly. And then the buyers have that information up front, and they can make an educated offer. So another so home inspectors often will get a little bit of a bad rap for the transaction falling apart because of our inspection report. So if we can have that information up front, both sides go into it knowing exactly what they're getting into. So, and what we're trying to do is make that process even more smooth for both our sellers, because it's a stressful endeavor for both the sellers and the buyers, right? On the seller's side, they're like, I don't know what my home is worth. That's why I hired a real estate agent, but I'm not quite sure what the condition of my house is in terms of what's in the attic. From the seller's perspective, or from the buyer's perspective, they know going into it that they made a true offer based on the condition of the home, and then they're able to say, yep, absolutely, we know exactly what we're getting into, and we've made a fair offer. The other thing that is really helpful is it just improves the confidence on both sides of the deal. So the seller goes into it knowing that the roof is good and the foundation is good, and then the buyer goes into it with that same information. Yep, I know the roof is good, I know the foundation is good. We know that we're going to redo the kitchen in 5 years or whatever that happens to be, but that's not going to slow down our deal. So those are some of the benefits of doing a pre-listing home inspection.
All right. Great information today. Again, it's Pete Jensen with Keller Team and Kerry with All American Inspection Company. If you guys have any questions about why you might want to do a pre-inspection or how we can help you get to that place, just give us a ring.